What's up, Glucose Guardian? How are you?
Good, and you?
I am well. I got some nice tan over the weekend. Um, actually visited San Diego, and I highly recommend if you guys have ever have a chance, if you're in the area of Palm Springs, California, you should stop by and see Joshua Tree National Park. Really nice spot to visit. But we're not here to talk about national parks. We're here to talk about our health.
Yes,
So
yes.
we're here with Joanna. I'm sure she's got a good topic prepared for today. But well, the details on the topic, because I know what the topic is. The topic is apple cider vinegar, and I have almost have a feeling that when I say it, it makes some of you guys
Great.
makes you want to puke or something. I don't know. It's just this thing. Some people are super sensitive, and others just don't
Yeah.
care at all, right? So for us, it's a very important thing. And I think the way we can structure this episode is maybe I can ask you questions and you can answer those questions.
Yes, yes, yes. There's certain things that I want to share with all of you guys, and then Marcin, you can ask. Sometimes I go into too much of science.
Yeah, I know. So before I start with my, actually, it's my first question, which I hope you're not prepared for. Um, what does the apple cider vinegar? What does it look like in the way we consume it? Do you have an example that you can show us?
You know what? I can't. I should have took ours. No.
See,
So
I came
you,
prepared. I came prepared. So, so I asked this intentionally. I know it's a little overexposed for you guys. Maybe if I move it like here. So this is what we deal with, right? It's a bottle. It's a 32 fluid ounces, and that's how we consume it
yeah,
all of the time.
yeah,
So now we have seen it, and most of you, I hope, have seen it before. It's basically, I remember first time when I was exposed to this stuff. It wasn't actually as part of intermittent fasting or weight loss. It
no,
was as an alternative to regular vinegar, because I was told it's healthier with you know how we Polacks eat it with galareta and all this stuff. And so I remember trying it for the first time, and I think I was in denial for a little bit because it kind of tastes the same, but my brain was telling me it's not the same. So I didn't like it at the beginning, and then we've introduced it back to our diet as part of weight loss. And I got to tell you, I like it. I like what it's doing. I like the way I feel about it, and I'm sure we're going to talk about it. So the first question is, what is apple cider vinegar?
yeah. So apple cider vinegar is fermented apples with acidic acid. Okay.
Yeah.
So this special ingredient that makes it so healthy for us is the acidic acid. So we're going to be talking about apple cider vinegar because I think it's a little bit easier on your palate when you drink it. But basically, any vinegar would work. Any distilled vinegar.
Sorry to interrupt you so early, but when you say it's not acidic acid, it's the spelling of the word, which is acetic. So it's the type of. It's not a double word like acidic
Yeah,
acid.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
the. I think it's
Acetic,
acetic acid, or however the
acetic acid.
pronunciation is, just so people are not confused, because I remember I heard it first time. I'm like, acetic acid, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so apples with acetic acid.
So yes, it's fermented apples, apple juice, fermented apples,
Yeah,
apple juice containing acetic acid.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So what is so good about this? The first I want to mention though, this has gotten to be a hype recently to drink it for your blood glucose control, for digestive good digestive enzymes in your gut, for weight control. But we've used it for many years. I mean, it's been used for when you're sore throat, you have a sore throat, it relieves your sore throat. Some people dilute it and use it as a natural toner for their face.
Oh wow.
um, yeah, it's used as a foot soak. So if your feet are
What what's
funky,
what's a toner for your face?
to get the pH balance on your face. If you use a harsh
Oh,
soap,
gotcha. I
it
gotcha.
may dry it out. Yeah.
Is it for discolorations of the skin?
Not always. It's more of the pH, but actually this one may I don't know enough. I didn't look
Yeah,
into it enough.
never mind.
But
We're going too deep.
so it can be used as a foot soak for household things. You can clean with it. You can clean your. You can. It's a good deodorizer when you clean with any type of vinegar. It's great for cleaning your vegetables and fruit. That's how I clean all the berries in our house and grapes. I actually put in the apple cider vinegar, some baking soda, and water, and put my veggies in there, foam it up, keep it, move it around for a little bit, and that's how we consume our veggies and mostly fruit. I'm sorry, our berries and fruit. It also is used as a weed killer because of the acetic acid. So it's kind of cool. Didn't think about that. And also used in food, in your dressings, in your marinades, preserving foods. So it's been used in a lot of different traditional ways. Okay, but maybe let's talk about how is it going to help us with our sugar control. Okay.
I I thought I was supposed to be one asking questions. Are you excluding me now?
Okay. Ask a question. Bring it on.
Uh, well, let me ask the question. So, how does apple cider vinegar affect blood sugar control? Because that's what we're talking about, right? When we're
Yes.
talking about fasting and sugar and whatever. So, how does it affect it?
So the acidic acid in that apple cider vinegar slows down your digestive enzymes from breaking down the sugar in your starches or carbs. So it
Mhm.
basically slows down this digestive. So you don't have that high spike. It also encourages, almost like knocks on your muscles and says, hey, look, we have, once it gets into your bloodstream, it tells your muscles that there's extra sugar in your bloodstream. Do you want some? It kind of pushes it towards the muscles. So instead of having this extra sugar that your body doesn't need and store it away from fat, this apple cider vinegar will help that extra sugar go straight into your muscles. So it's great for to drink before your heavy carbohydrate meals, so you don't get that spike crash for
Do you,
that.
do you drink it like this straight out of the bottle?
No, no, no. So I drink about a tablespoon a day, and I drink it in a, I don't know how many ounces. What are our glasses? Maybe 10 ounces of 10-ounce glasses.
The total.
Today
Yeah.
the tall glass. Today I had it in this, which is a 30 ounce. Um, so yeah,
Do,
I
do,
definitely, you want to dilute it.
do you make girls drink apple cider vinegar at all?
I tried. It didn't go as well,
Yeah.
but when I can sneak it into their food that they don't know about it, I do. I do.
Yeah,
But
like
let's
if
not
you
talk
mix
about
it,
this.
if you mix it in the salad, I'm sure they can taste it, right? With like a balsamic
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
Good job, mom. Lying to your kids but making them healthy. Hey, whatever works.
yeah. Whatever works. So
Okay. Yeah,
there is
finish.
one thing that I want to share with you guys, the studies that have been done on this. So this, the apple cider vinegar or any vinegar, consuming 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoon, if you can work yourself up to 2 tablespoon, but don't stress about it. Um, it reduces your glucose by 30% and the insulin in your bloodstream by 20%. So that's a big difference in the spike that you will create in your body. Okay, so that is it. That's it. What it does. Okay.
Yeah. So I have a question again. So how do you always talk about implementation for me? Because Marson needs to know how do I drink it. So like you said, you dilute it, tablespoon, you put it in the water, either a big jug or glass or whatever. And it's also important when you drink it, right? Do I drink it before the meal or after the meal?
Okay. So the studies that have been done are basically what a lot of people like to drink it first thing in the morning so they don't forget about it. And then
Hmm.
you have this uh, the apple cider vinegar basically it's is in your system right throughout the day. Others use it as like additional cheat sheet or additional help. Let's say we're going out to dinner today and I know that I'm going to have dessert, or I know I'm going to have, let's say, a baked potato, which normally I don't have, which I know is going to create a high spike for me, sugar spike. I will drink, before we leave, I will drink that, tall glass, 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar. And you want to drink that for like 20 minutes before your meal, up to 20 minutes, because you definitely want this to be in your bloodstream.
Okay, so you also mentioned when you're out dining, because I know we were in this sort of weird situation where we didn't know how the server will react to our weird request asking for vinegar. I mean, typically it's just vinegar or whatever, but I think we even told her that we're gonna drink it or something. Can we have it
Yeah.
diluted or something? And
And
I
it's all
think
decent water. Yeah, that's
I
what.
think she
Yes.
gave us a weird look or something, but not weird. Like she was all for it, and I think she mentioned people ask for it. Didn't she say
Yeah,
something
she
like,
did.
"Oh,
She did. She actually mentioned, "Oh yeah, I know. I've heard people. I've actually." She said, "We've actually had people request it."
yeah"? So people just have vinegar. They literally 1 tablespoon, a couple drops into the thing, and then you drink it right before the meal. And this, like Joanna says, it changes your numbers, changes your sugar, and
Yeah.
ultimately that if you control your glucose, you control your weight loss. So my next question was, apple cider vinegar. What's its kind of role in the weight management? Like how does it influence? We know, for those of you, the guys that have been watching episodes, that if we control sugar, we control weight. But tell us more about that.
Yeah. So number one way is that we just talked about, with having less of this extra sugar roaming around your bloodstream, you will naturally not have that sugar to be stored away as fat. So you're not adding on. Number two, apple cider vinegar, drinking with water, it gives you the sensation of being full. So you're going to naturally reduce some calories. Okay. It also helps you enhance fat burning because it's going to get you faster to that state of, because your spike is not as high. It's all about the spike and the extra sugar in your body. If that spike from your sugar, initial spike from your sugar is not as high, your body will go quicker into fat burning, right? Because it doesn't have that much sugar naturally in your bloodstream, so
That's
it's
a
going
good.
to switch over to your fat to burn. So that's how this assists in your weight loss.
Okay. Um, I think I had a question, but I think I can skip. There's more, right? To this or no?
No, that's it. This is all about, not apple cider vinegar is all about removing the extra sugar in your bloodstream.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
decreasing that spike and not creating new fat cells for your body to store
Yeah.
from sugar, because that's, let's face it, that's how a lot of us gain weight, is from this extra overeating of sugar that's just being stored around in our body.
Okay. Cool. All right. So we get it. Lower sugar helps us with weight loss. We now it's those two are linked. Now the thing is, very often when we're doing intermittent fasting, we're not just doing it for weight loss. Very often we think of just health in general, right? Because like
Yeah.
no matter what we want to do, we don't want to go crazy and on the weight loss journey. It's like we're combining it with just feeling better.
Mhm.
And one of the things that my observation, I think we've shared the same observation together, is that it's how you take a stick of a mint gum and it makes you feel good, like your mouth, it just feels fresh.
Mhm.
I, that's the closest analogy that I can think of, like drinking the apple cider vinegar and how my stomach feels after. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's not the smell or whatever, but for some reason it feels like light and like fresh. So we know that there's definitely an impact to our digestive stuff. Tell us more about that.
Yes. So as we talked about, apple cider vinegar is fermented, and as we know, fermented is wonderful for, you want fermented food in your gut. especially so now if you drink it first thing in the morning, your gut has got a chance to be away from food. And if you're fasting and you don't have any food in you and no sugar coming in you, you actually kill off the bad bacteria that craves the sugar. So putting in the fermented apple cider vinegar into your digestive system, you're just now feeding the good bacteria that you want to flourish and grow. So that's the benefits of drinking it for first thing in the morning. And then of course, after 30 minutes or an hour when you have your first meal, you now have an extra blanket of decreasing that sugar spike. um, so yeah, so the basic thing is, oh, and another thing is with with not enough the fermented, but it's also the acid that will assist in breaking down the food in your digestive system.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, you were so good in like doing it, consuming it prior to meals and stuff. I was kind of all over the place. Sometimes I like to just drink it in the morning because
Mhm.
it would still, even if there's like I mean, when we're like on track and everything as well,
Yeah,
we don't eat late. But even if we had like an instance of eating later in a day, and you would wake up and the stomach would feel kind of still, like this. I don't know how I would describe the feeling, but you don't feel full, but like you also don't feel like you are empty. You know what I mean? It's this sautation feeling or whatever. I know that with drinking apple cider vinegar, it would help getting back to like a normal base quicker.
correct, correct.
All right, so we've talked about now sugar, weight loss. We've talked about gut health, which is super
Yeah.
important. And lately we've been hearing a lot about microbiome, right? Like we know that it's playing, like we're learning slowly that it's playing a huge role for just your overall well-being. And then I believe we have one more health benefit behind apple cider vinegar. What is it?
Yes. So there's also research that came out that apple cider vinegar actually is helping you lower your LDL, which is the bad cholesterol in your gut. It's not 100% proven, but they're seeing results that for people that consistently take this apple cider vinegar have a decrease in the bad cholesterol as well as their triglycerides, which remember triglycerides are the sugars that are bad in your bloodstream. So that can naturally happen just because you're controlling your sugar spikes that do not form the bad cholesterol and the triglycerides.
Yeah.
So that now is also helping your heart.
Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, good information. And I know before I want to revisit the dosage again in the end, just so people
Yeah.
can, for those that are not paying attention. But the thing is, I'm sure that like with everything else, there's some common like myths and misconceptions about apple cider vinegar, right?
Yeah.
Do you have anything off the top that you can mention?
I can just tell you this much. Apple cider does not cure everything. Okay. Um, so one thing that I did myself because I decided that I'm going to use apple cider vinegar to get rid of my skin tags. Did that work well?
Oh boy.
Marcy's laughing. I
Oh
ended up at the dermatologist.
boy. Yeah, don't. It doesn't. Let me just synthesize it for you. It doesn't cure your skin tags. Definitely
Yes.
does not.
So, so I say I cannot speak for anything outside of helping you with your digestion, with your with your sugar, definitely, because I've seen it with controlling how much you eat. I think that's where my expertise ends on apple cider vinegar. I do not recommend it using for everything else. There are people out there that do use it to get rid of skin tags, to get rid of warts, and so forth. Um, this girl tried, did not work.
Yeah. If you want something tested and you're afraid to put it in your mouth, send it to Joanna. She'll test it for you and tell you how it went. The thing is, when I think of like Egyptian flags or whatever, and if I had to imagine one in my head, like that's exactly what it was. She was I don't know what it was, but like she got spots like and over whatever. It was localized, so it wasn't too bad. But it wasn't good, and you would believe that I would think that it wouldn't be this bad just from apple cider vinegar, but apparently it's not good for you. So
Yes, it's an acid, right?
on the outside of your body, yeah, in the amounts she was using it. So that's just that. Jokes aside, any other myths or misconceptions?
That is it. Just doesn't cure everything. Okay.
Right. So okay, good. So again, the dosage. Where do we start? Where do we go from there?
Yes. So I used to stress about, and I would take out the tablespoon measure and measure it this way. Then I came across an awesome video. Um, this lady that I follow, I love her, and she said, "No, make it easy on yourself. You basically take the cap from the apple cider vinegar, start with one capful, and put it into your water. I personally love it in ice cold water. It's refreshing. It's like, to me it's like lemon
Yeah,
and lime. It's
yeah,
very good.
yeah, exactly.
So start with one capful. Do that for a week, and you will almost not taste it at all. Then move on to two
I'm sure
capfuls.
there's somebody watching right now that just goes like, "Nope, it's
Mhm.
not."
Yeah, I know. So two capfuls is about 1 tablespoon. If you can stick to 1 tablespoon a day, that would be awesome. If not, then in those increments, work up to 4 tablespoons, which will be I'm sorry, 4 capfuls, which will be 2 tablespoons. I've also came across people that will put it into warm water with lemon. That's how they drink it, or into herbal teas. But again, I can only speak for myself. I really, really like it in cold water. If you dilute it in a 30 ounce, you're gonna taste it even less. But then you got 30 ounces to drink instead of, let's say, drinking 8 ounces or 10 or 12 ounces of a liquid, which goes down much quicker. Yeah, and just take it step by step. There
Go
there are
ahead.
sorry, there are
No.
plenty of kind of pills of apple cider vinegar or gels of apple cider vinegar. I haven't heard anything great about them, so I can't speak. I've never tried them because, again, I like the fully fermented apple cider vinegar, where you have to actually shake it to get the I don't they call it mother, I think, which is all the good fermentation from the bottom to
The nice
take it.
stuff from the bottom.
I'm
Uh,
sorry.
the nice nasty stuff from the bottom.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah,
I get it. But well, yeah, right. So I was about to ask you about like supplements. Can I have it on the go? And if there's no supplements, or at least they're popping supplements because it's becoming
yeah,
bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm sure we're gonna get there eventually for
mhm,
something that will work. Nothing that we have tried that was kind
yeah.
of the same or working for us yet. But you take it on the go. How do you do that?
So I do. I have a little vial.
Yeah.
Uh, it's a one ounce vial, so I can travel with it. I get on the plane, and it doesn't matter where I am. I mean, last trip to Mexico, I think I even shared with you guys on one episode. Every time we went out to dinner, because we had later dinners because
Yeah.
of our work, I would just go into our hotel, drop our stuff down, take my bottle, pour in my apple cider vinegar, and drink it right before dinner. And that week, I ended up losing weight, actually, not which normally me traveling, I gain weight. So
Yes. So
it worked out.
it's a glass vial that you use. It has the little eyedropper thingy.
Eyedropper.
Or do you actually use the eyedropper, or do you just pour it out of
No,
the?
no,
Oh,
no, because I started doing it with the eyedropper, and it's such a little amount that would take me forever. So I just pour it. I just eye it, you know.
yeah. All right. Cool. Conclusion. You do the conclusion because you know
So
kind of all the facts. So do the high level summary.
conclusion. apple cider vinegar, which the cool way is ACV, it is good overall healthy way of controlling your sugar in your body, controlling your weight, controlling your digestive system, and your heart. All these things will help you gain extra track in losing your weight, or if you're here for just controlling your sugar, it will definitely help you control your sugar. And remember, you don't have to start crazy. Start with little increments and work up to 1 tablespoon a day in a
Cool.
glass of water.
All right.
White, I just want to mention one thing: white glass of water. If you do drink it straight up, the acid in it will ruin the enamel on your teeth,
Mm.
which will make your teeth more sensitive, and you definitely don't want that. So please dilute it.
Okay, cool. All right. I mean, that was good. AC, what is it? ACV? ACV. I should have done
ACU.
because I remember you told me ACV. I'm like, what? It was I couldn't click. But if you have any other questions or if there's more, always invite people to join the Facebook group, obviously. But if not, just keep watching the episodes because every week we share a new thing that's working for us, and hopefully it'll work for you. There's a lot of unhealthy people out there. We don't want you to be one of them. So next week, next topic, and for today, that's all we have, right?
Yes,
All
yes,
right. Thanks for tuning in. And if you guys are enjoying the content, make sure that you give us a like or share the content. It would mean the world to us. So,
yes.
with that, I hope you guys have a great week, the rest of the week and the weekend.
That's
See
right.
ya.
Bye, you guys. Fast on, my friends.
Bye.